I was talking to someone via Snapchat, a girl, and like I got a Snapchat back, and it was Jake, and I was like,
that makes sense. So Jake catfished you.
Might not have hair on the crown of my head, bro, but I have an intro written for today's show. Absolutely.
Since when are you wearing a crown on your head?
Let's get started. Welcome back to Impaulsive, the #1 podcast in the world. We got a lot of people in the audience today. God damn, we got my girlfriend. We got the Connor Blakely. We got Kevin, potential new member of the team. We'll see what happens. Mac, you're sitting on a far end of the table.
I'm way over here today.
How you feeling? Isolated?
It's a little lonely.
I get you.
It's normally how it is on the side of the table, though. I get it.
We're gonna put two real good guests next to you.
Handsome.
Real good, handsome
Best
guys.
looking since Nate Shot.
He was the best looking since Bryce Hall, who was the best looking since Jacob Sartorius. Just a bunch of studs on this podcast.
That's what we're doing
A
these
lineage
days.
of studs.
Only the best and brightest for Impaulsive.
I still feel rushed.
All right, well, let's talk more about the fact that I don't have any hair on my head, bro.
No,
like,
see,
what am
we
I going to do about this?
No, we
Joe?
can only talk about that for so long.
I didn't
You see what
even
I'm
start talking about it yet. There's like this another lineage on YouTube and digital media, and that's balding celebrities, bro. It's like it's a very interesting
It is
topic,
so
and most of
interesting.
them work their asses off to hide it. And obviously,
Sure.
you guys have gotten to know my LA ad pretty well. But what the fuck am I gonna do about this, bro? I have a picture from last night that's god awful. I will not show it on this podcast. But I'm starting to look like one of those like public accountants.
Can I see?
No. Yeah, I'll show you.
All right,
I'll show.
I'll see. You're telling me you look like a CPA?
Yeah, like a
All right,
public
while you pull that
servant.
picture up, I'm going to say this. Welcome back to Impaulsive, the #1 podcast in the world. Thank you guys for listening, watching, viewing, subscribing. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. I'm excited. Was it a picture from the back? We all have our vulnerable angles, and I know yours is when the camera gets behind you.
You cannot see those pictures.
I'm looking at his girlfriend's ass.
I need Logan. I sent you my own.
And I couldn't not see.
I sent you my own version of what Mike's gonna look like in a little bit of time. If you could pull it up on the screen, that'd be great.
Balding celebrities. It's Michael. You look like a naked mole rat.
A CPA, bro. What am I gonna do? Like Dr. Ziering, if you're watching this, help me, please. For the
There
love of
are.
God.
Okay. So we do have a picture of Mike. This is going to be probably in about 10 years from now. So we definitely need to be taking some sort of precautionary measures to prevent that from happening. there are surgeries you can get.
I know. I'm gonna get one like.
and I'll
like
join
Zayn.
you.
I'm gonna get one like Zayn.
I'll join you. We're going to go to Turkey and fix our hair.
Yeah.
You
Facts,
know,
bro.
I don't want to be that guy.
It's just
With the
aging.
fucking shiny ass head, reflection.
You know, Mike, is it mostly genetic?
No, all my family have a full head of hair.
What
It's
about
like I
your
had
grandpa?
a decade of
Your mom's
drug
dad?
abuse or something. I don't know what did it.
You know what's something that's super weird in the genetic world?
Yeah.
Twins.
Oh, yeah.
Twins.
So strange. They have the same DNA.
Nice layup, Mac.
Nice.
Nice job, bro.
What?
I don't
for
fucking
what?
know.
Have you prepared the intro?
Yeah, all right. You guys may know them. You may have seen them before on YouTube, maybe even on Instagram. They once donned the cover of GQ magazine as the hottest twins on the planet. They have relationships with Emma Chamberlain, I think, and a bunch of other top-level celebrities. They're outspoken on mental health as well as the science behind being a twin. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Dolan Twins.
Wow.
I just thought out on the
Great.
spot.
That was good.
Yeah, I know. It's life, dude. You know, I'm old and bald, but
What up, boys?
"What up?
Welcome to Impaulsive,
Intro, guys.
the most
Boys.
awkward podcast on the planet. Here we are, guys. Good to see you.
You too, man."
How you feeling?
And meet, well, Mike.
yeah, finally.
I can't believe you guys
Thanks for
haven't
the
met
intro.
yet. He's
I
the
saw,
he's the
I saw
loudest
Mike
person
once
in
in
the space.
public. I think.
Oh God.
Did you
Oh, for the love
Kick
of
him in the
God.
balls.
No.
What was I
Should've.
doing? What was I doing?
I think you were just eating food.
Oh, God.
Yeah, acting pretty
That
normal.
makes sense.
That's something Mike loves to do.
Fat ass.
What's your guys' favorite restaurant in LA?
There's this place called Little Pine. It's a
Oh, shit.
it's a vegan spot that
Are you guys vegan?
Yeah.
You're both vegan.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I want to talk about that, but all right, let's start from ground zero.
all right.
All right, because boys, we have some history.
We do.
We have a lot of history.
Yeah.
More so, probably more than everyone in this room except for Mac, who's been my best friend since 5th grade, which is crazy.
That
we,
is
we go
crazy.
way
Wow.
back. We go way back. When you guys first started coming up on Vine, Jake and I were as well.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened? Jake spotted you guys.
Jake, no, I was talking to someone. I don't even know if I can say this.
Oh shit.
for legality reasons.
No, I don't know. I'm not trying to throw anyone under the bus, but I mean, it's
he just won a lawsuit. He just won a lawsuit. You could probably say it.
Okay.
He's on a winning streak.
Well,
sort of.
I was talking to someone via Snapchat, a girl,
Okay.
and like I got a Snapchat back, and it was Jake, and I was like,
That makes sense. So Jake catfished you.
no, he was just,
What happened?
yeah, he was just there, and he was shirtless, and I was like, oh, what the fuck?
Oh, so he was hitting on you.
I think that's kind of what it was. Now I just kind of figured it out. But no, and then we got to talking, and then we had some common interests and stuff like that. And he was like, "Yo, I see you on Vine," and I was like, "What's up, man? I see you too."
But where were you guys
Obviously.
living?
New Jersey,
Okay.
up at my parents' house.
And then I remember he invited you to LA, and all of a sudden,
literally like 3 days after talking, he was like, "Yo, come stay with me."
interesting.
And I was like, "No, none of my friends have even done this."
Yeah, we were 14, and he was like, "I'm getting a place in LA in 3 days. You got to come stay with me."
You were
it was
14
yeah,
years old.
yeah.
Well, he was what, 16?
17.
Yeah,
I think
so
he was
a
like a
young kid.
junior in high school. He just got the Jeep that whenever he had that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Damn.
He was Snapchatting me.
No,
in
the
there, I
Mustang.
remember.
How long
No, the
ago was
Mustang.
this?
The Mustang was new.
This is like
Six years ago.
long ass time ago.
That's fucked. That was
Because
6
I remember
years.
you guys walked in my house. I was like, "Who are these kids?" You guys were pretty funny. We made some good vines together.
Oh, you didn't. He
We
didn't
met
tell
you in
we
in a
were.
vegan restaurant, actually, Veggie Grill.
Do you still go there?
Yeah, hell yeah.
My girlfriend and I, it's her favorite restaurant. I've been trying to get sponsored by Veggie Grill for years. They haven't yet.
It's so good.
Fantastic.
So good.
Again, I want to dive into this vegan stuff with you guys because that's fascinating to me. Like big, bulky men.
Yeah, I saw that you went vegan for a short period.
I
of
tried.
time.
I tried.
yeah, we'll get into
I tried.
that.
I tried twice, dude. I went for 4 months before my first fight against KSI, and I've mentioned this on this podcast before. I got to a point where my body was literally consuming itself. Like my muscles were eating away at themselves because I couldn't support myself because I wasn't getting the nutrition that I needed. I had a nutritionist. I had a private chef. I got my blood drawn and tested, and for some reason, the vegan diet does not fit my body type. Which is why I'm looking at you guys. You're bulky kids. You're fit. You're athletic. You're big. How tall are you guys? Like 6 foot?
I'm 6. Yeah, I'm 6
like-
foot.
6
like
foot, right?
5'11".
So how is your body not literally just metabolizing itself to the point where it's just a constantly burning furnace?
I don't know. I feel like there's a misconception about macronutrients, especially protein.
Sure.
Like you don't need as much as people say you do, especially to build muscle. When
Sure.
you're talking about like bulking and putting on muscle and size, it kind of comes down more to like calories and your caloric intake.
We didn't just like blindly dive into
Sure.
the vegan diet.
Yeah.
Like it was mainly for ethical reasons. That's why it started. But then I was like very fascinated about how it was the best for my health as well. Like after I watched a couple documentaries,
and then also the feeling that it brought me. So like I'd always been like eating like lean meat and egg whites and all that shit.
Yeah.
I'm staying away from anything that was like quote unquote bad for
Yeah,
you,
sure.
like red meat and stuff like that. And I was dairy free for about a year, and I just never felt the health benefits of my diet that was like supposedly really clean. And then I was like, I'm gonna give this vegan thing a try. I had like this realization, and yeah, we went vegan for ethical reasons. And then 3 weeks after like holding on to like and staying really strict on the vegan diet, I was like, what the fuck? I can like all of a sudden run so much more. My muscular endurance is like all the way up. Like,
Yeah.
and I felt the benefits from eating healthy finally.
Well,
So that's why
it's clean. You're putting like premium fuel into your body. There's
It's just
no
plants.
extra additives or it's literally the most natural shit. And,
Yeah.
and that 3 to 4 week window is the window where you'll start to feel it and you finally burn off all that excess bullshit that was in your past diet.
Yeah.
Except the longer I went, the more I started to notice like this is affecting me in a negative way. How long have you been vegan for?
10 months.
coming up in 10 months.
Yeah.
Damn,
But you also, you probably don't train the way he was training for a fight. Like this kid was this guy. I'm sure
No,
you
yeah,
guys
no,
are
I
working
understand-
out.
I understand.
But he was working out like twice a day for a total of
Super
like 4 hours a
overtraining.
day, just like overtraining and shit. So I think it was a combination of
I think
you needing the fuel for that kind of workout.
Totally. Yeah,
You know what
I
I'm
think
saying?
sometimes like when something's different in our life, like whether it be diet or the amount of sleep that we've been getting, like we like to say that or pin the blame on feeling like fatigued or tired or
Sure.
just a little bit off just because something's different in our lives.
Sure.
So it might not have been your diet. You may have been getting sick and you were just like, oh, I think it's because of the vegan thing.
But is the sickness correlated to a weaker immune system because of the diet that doesn't fit my blood type or body type, whatever it is? Because a caveat that I would put on that is because we all thought the same thing. You know, I'm training 4 hours a day. I'm definitely overtraining in my body. I haven't eaten plants for an extended period of time my whole life. And now all of a sudden I'm doing it during the most intense training session of my life. But the caveat I would say is last year in January, we tried to do vegan January. Like
We made it, right?
no.
Oh, I made it.
You did.
Yeah.
I got 28 days in, and the same thing happened. I wasn't training. I was just living my life, and the same thing. I was like, yo, I tried. I just got so fatigued. And,
maybe you just weren't eating enough.
bro, I'm telling you, it was perfect.
Yeah, he had like a
Private chef,
scientific like,
nutritionist, calories, counting every day. Like it. I have to say at the end of the day, to different strokes for different
Yeah,
folks. That's what
100%.
it came down
That
to.
makes sense.
There's people like Michaela Peterson, Jordan Peterson's daughter, who's like kind of fixed all of her health issues by having a completely carnivore diet. Just
Yeah,
I heard
so,
this
like,
too.
Rogan's tried it. Yeah, absolutely.
How could you do that?
I think it sounds
I think
unenjoyable.
statistically you do end up like shitting yourself on that diet. Though,
Yeah,
that's
which is
facts.
something that
That's
like,
facts.
I honestly I can honestly say that I've only had one stomach ache in the past 10 months since going vegan, and before that it was like, oh shit, like I go to the bathroom, like I'm gonna make it.
Yeah.
You
So
know what I
not
mean? Like,
shitting,
it was-
so
like,
not
once
shitting
it-
yourself.
That
is a
stomach
big-
ache was from antibiotics too.
And, yeah, and I was gonna get into that. The only stomach ache that I've had is from antibiotics because I had
Yeah.
a sinus infection.
Okay, but also, bro, I've been down that path. You know, with a vegan diet, you eat food and it's coming out of you within 30 minutes. I know y'all are pooping 3 to 4 times a
No.
day.
No.
That's cap.
No, I've
Cap.
I take one healthy one. It's scheduled for 11 a.m. after I have oats and coffee.
Scheduled
Like in your
poops.
calendar?
And
I don't mean to
I'm
get too
chilling.
graphic.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
shit
I'm trying to
enough.
fit it in, you know?
I wish I shat.
How is
more.
that possible?
I don't know. I sometimes
I'm the
like go
same,
2
bro.
days without shitting.
What are you talking about? Every vegan I know is a pooping machine.
Oh, Mac's toilet
really?
is disgusting.
Seriously?
Absolutely.
I poop one time a day.
Are you
But
vegan?
that poop.
I'm vegetarian.
Oh, okay.
I think
Just
I
eggs.
think it's all like shitting. I think I would definitely like. It has to do with
Recommend.
no, it has to do with calories. Like if you're in a caloric like surplus, then you're probably going to be shitting more because your body doesn't need all the nutrients you're taking in. If you're in a deficit, you'll be shitting way less. If you're right at
Interesting.
maintenance, you'll be shitting pretty much.
Fascinated by bowel movements. Really am.
Yeah.
Don't love them.
We talk about like I feel like Ethan and I get into like shit like this on our podcast all the
Shit
time.
like
Pun
shit,
intended.
like yeah, like
Yeah,
pee and
pooping
poop
and peeing
talk
and
like
stuff.
on accident.
When'd you guys start your podcast? It's new.
Yeah.
What the fuck
No,
was
you
that?
guys have
Not new, but we haven't done video yet. Video is going to be new. Right now we're just doing audio only. And
But how
that's
many
been going
how many
on
episodes?
In the 30s, maybe. I don't even know.
That's new, Michael.
Hey, oh no, it
Yeah.
is. What is it you guys like about the podcast medium? Do you enjoy it?
It's just like an open conversation. Like I have so much shit on my mind that I wish I could say on YouTube, but like YouTube is just not the place. That's for like premium entertainment and like
We're starting to try to make it the
yeah,
place,
we are like in the process of slowly making it the place just because it's like we can't sustain with like
Yeah.
just
Mike,
like,
I actually heard you
the
say
video
something
idea shit.
at one point about either retire or reinvent.
Yeah.
And
I tweeted it.
I was actually like really thinking about that just because we've been like at a point where we just like have been really confused as to what to do with the content.
Join
because
the club, boys.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Join the club. Y'all have been doing this forever.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I feel like I've been kind of like trapped in my 17-year-old body as
Sure.
soon as the fucking camera turns on because I'm like, this is what my audience likes. I have to act the same way that I did when it was working. And I mean, yeah, it will work, but I'm gonna go fucking insane. We just tried to film a video, and it like completely failed just because I was like, I don't feel like myself when the camera's on.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't want
No, go.
Like I'm a 20-year-old dude, and that's who I am. And like my fans are kind of the opposite. Like our demographics like 78 to 80% female, and they're our age, but it's like kind of like the opposite, you know, of me, in a lot of ways. So like, it's hard to find like the balance between what you want to film and then what people are
Your
gonna
fans
like
wanna see.
yeah, what they want to see,
Yeah.
because like a lot of shit just doesn't like
It doesn't hit, for
And
sure.
Yeah, we've been talking about it, like just going more and more into like deeper discussion, just try to figure out what to fucking do. And like we've come to some realizations about how like we haven't really been living our lives as like dudes. Like I just started skateboarding a lot more with my friends. I've been making friends in the skate scene.
Just hanging out.
And just hanging out.
Just
even.
because-
I
I
don't
knew
do
that
any of that.
Yeah, I knew that if I like, I try to make every day
literally
productive.
We don't hang out at all. And do you mean starting to produce content around that? Because what I'm noticing, by the way, is that in the past, YouTube has been a relatively soft platform. Not to call LP and his earlier day stuff soft, but like in a lot of ways, it catered to a younger audience. There was a larger female fan base. Now, in the days of the Nelk Boys, in the days of the Night Shift, in the days of even Adam 22 and some of this more risque adult style content, I think that the platform is starting and the audience there is starting to shift at least slightly to be more accepting of that kind of energy. And I think that will behoove you guys and benefit you guys to start to showcase some more of the authentic and real you.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna start going for, to be honest.
You have to.
I
Ethan,
realized
you're gonna be fucking miserable. You just described
Yeah.
it. Like
we were beyond
mid
miserable.
shoot. Did you break down?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we drove. Listen, this just happened like a few days ago. We're like, oh, let's drive to Oregon. We've always wanted to go to Oregon,
Sure.
but let's make a video out of it because it's a fucking waste of time if we don't.
Yep.
Trips.
So
yeah.
we're 8 hours in, like 600 some miles, whatever the fuck that is, and we're just like, fuck this. We turned around and came back.
Y'all turned around.
Turned around, came back.
Full breakdown.
Full
Yeah,
breakdown.
full breakdown.
How frustrating.
that was
how
our-
frustrating.
You have no idea, and then we want to beat the fuck out of each
Sure.
other, and it's your fault. No, it's your fault, and then.
But back to what he was saying about it being a waste of time. Like, we don't want anything to be a waste of time. As you know, like, your job is you. Like,
Yeah.
that's your business. Like, every single day you have to document what you're doing, or else you start to see the numbers slip, and then it affects you mentally. And then it's like, all right, I have to just completely like give up all my hobbies and everything just so that I can get views on shit that my audience will receive daily. So I wouldn't go skateboarding. I wouldn't go cliff jumping. I wouldn't do like this like man type shit, this dude stuff that I wanted to do. I didn't have any friends who were into that stuff because I was like, oh, my audience isn't going to want to see it. Like I have to.
Therefore, I don't have time
daily.
for it.
Yeah.
First piece of advice is remove yourself from the numbers. That's the healthiest. It's next to impossible being a creator because numbers dictate in a way your success. But the faster you can remove yourself from a view count, translating to how happy you are, the healthier you're going to be.
But is it possible?
It's possible.
It's
I'm
easy
telling you
for
it's possible.
for the guy whose view count is always high as
No,
fuck.
no, guys, no.
I'm just
Bro,
kidding.
there was a
I'm just
period.
kidding.
I
I know.
remember, like
You
between
went down to
one-
2.5 million views.
not even between
yeah.
1 and 2 million views.
No, I hear you.
I was reinventing, trying to do new formats, bro. I did a fucking cartoon on my main channel. I did a episodic sketch series with Evan called was it Best Friends? Best Friends. Yeah, like I just tried to experiment with new formats, and eventually I found a model that worked for me, and now I'm like happy every day I try to create. You guys still sound like you're very much stuck in the rut of
We're where you were when you were trying to like do all
But
this.
so
Yeah.
when you were in that point and your numbers were low, was it affecting you every day?
it was.
So
Absolutely.
but right now, like I know what you're saying totally, and like I appreciate it, and I'm like trying to listen to that advice
Sure,
the best I can,
sure.
because I'm telling myself every day. But like when your numbers aren't where they once were, or where you like want them to be, I don't know if there's a way around feeling like shit.
Mr. Beast has this advice for creators with this problem is picture it like a challenge. Stay optimistic.
Oh yeah, that's how we like
puzzle.
we
puzzle.
just
It's a
labeled
game.
it. We labeled it the game lately, and like,
Exactly.
it makes it fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yo, how can I do better? This okay, not quite resonating with our audience. And also, you guys are in a bit of a difficult position where your audience is like a super dynamic, ever-changing group of people, i.e.
growing.
young women who are becoming women, adults, like
Yeah.
fully fledged people with hobbies and interests that they weren't excited about when they were 14.
Yeah.
And so now it's not only do you have to do a bit of reinventing publicly, but personally, because the more that you personally are going to be able to just be yourselves on camera, you're going to garner a new audience that has new interests and new hobbies. Like, bro, I'm 60-70% male. Y'all should honestly be probably skewing the same way. Like, you said you have an interest in doing more dude shit and skating and cliff jumping. Like, lean into that.
Yeah.
You're growing up. You're growing up.
Never underestimate the ability you have to shift your audience. Instead of trying so hard, super hard to cater to the current audience. I mean, he's a shining example of this. He aged up, he mailed up through the creation of the content that he was doing, through the collaborations he was doing. And so, it's definitely possible. And another piece of advice, and I think the place where most really successful creators lose right off the bat is they get married to the idea that they are getting a shit ton of views. Nobody's going to maintain that view count for an extended period of time. Maybe a handful of people. But even when you look at the best in the world, the biggest, most subscribed in the world, look at PewDiePie. I mean, he gets 3 to 4 million, maybe 5 million views per video. I'm not knocking him, but people need to understand that this shit is fucking fleeting. When I started getting 3 to 6 to 8 million views on my YouTube videos, everything I remind myself every day was, tomorrow this goes away. Tomorrow this goes away. So when it goes away, you ain't surprised. You're not stressed out about it. You know what doesn't go away? A book about mental health. A long form piece of content that you're fucking proud of. Yeah. How are you diversifying your game to create shit that, regardless of how it's accepted by the general public, you are happy about the product you put into the fucking world?
We've definitely had a lot of projects that we're really happy about putting out.
Yeah.
That was great. I really like that.
Yeah, well,
But
it's a little rant.
we did a
thank
documentary about our dad and what it's like to lose
I saw
someone.
it.
Thank you.
Amazing, dude.
Appreciate
Thanks.
that.
Amazing.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
And then I directed and he acted in a music video about the whole Pride movement and everything like that.
Sick.
Yeah, which was 2018. Again, like one of my favorite experiences that I've had this far on my YouTube channel.
You guys have been super woke for how young you are.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Like, definitely on the progressive, would it be a reach to say liberal train?
I don't really like to label myself anything.
Okay.
I feel like our generation is pretty woke. People
Sure,
my
sure,
age, you know what I
yeah.
mean? Because when you were 20, like I was 14. I wasn't woke yet. You weren't woke yet. I think just the way the world.
No,
is
no, but
moving.
you were like
think?
even with the Japan thing, like you guys are pretty vocal and outspoken about like denouncing me, and it was I had of many wake up moments that I had. I was like, yo, how are these kids seeing this who are significantly younger than me, and I'm just like blinded to some sort of fucking ignorance that I have.
I think it was the numbers too at the time for you. Like, it was
Sure,
just-
sure. I got
yeah.
consumed by this like nasty cycle of just trying to just get views.
Yeah.
But you guys have always been a bit ahead of the train on
Yeah,
doing the
I
right
think it
thing and
also
having
is.
a sound moral compass.
Appreciate that.
It is the down like the times of like low numbers and things like that I have all these realizations and become more woke too. So there is like such a advantage to like suffering in your business. I feel like it also like kind of it's a huge challenge to like see your numbers dropping and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
it makes you
Personally,
want to strengthen the foundation because you know that shit is fleeting, and if it does, and you need to be like okay with who you are. It's almost like a relationship. Like my mom told me when I would like have girlfriends and stuff when I was younger. I have a girlfriend right now, so I've been kind of following my
Is it
mom's
public?
rules, and it's semi. Yeah, I'm openly like.
that's
in a
another thing,
relationship,
like hiding personal relationships and friendships and shit like that.
Yeah.
Because like we've been burned so many times, I'm sure you have too, by like friends and stuff that have seen the camera and everything like that. But for us, it was like our fans were like really investigative and would figure out like everything about these
yeah,
people.
you
So
guys
I-
have
why
suffered
are you trying
immensely from
to
that.
hide it so much? Because bro, to be honest, I haven't had.
we're
that.
done hiding it. Like
Good,
right
good.
now we're done.
Good.
Like that's like we're 22 and so is our audience, so they understand. And like I'm not shitting on our demographic or saying that I want anything to change. Like I'm not trying to like flip my whole thing and have like a predominant male demographic. Like I love what we have right now, and we've grown with them in a sense.
I think we
but-
we've always had a lot in common with our demographic, and that just being like we were like really like-minded about everything. So I think I've been kind of surrounded by like woke people since I was little, and they've been following me because that's just who we were. That was the energy we put out. So that's why I think that's the way the world's moving. So I think if we just be ourselves and create a demographic, like a new demographic of people who like are like-minded to us, then you know what I mean.
Does it help for self-awareness to literally have someone that's almost exactly you to look at? Like you have
what's
to be
that
able
like?
to bounce back and forth ideas that are similar to you, like just by looking at a person that's almost exactly you.
I think it's helpful, and then it's also like the exact opposite.
I think it just heightens everything.
Yeah.
that's the way.
It's like it's just everything heightened. So like when we're almost like one brain, especially now that we've been like isolated together and everything what the world's going through right now. Like our brain kind of forms as one, and like if he's sad, then I'm sad, then we're like double sad. And then same on the flip. Like when I'm up, like he's up. But like I can't walk in the room and like if he's having a shitty day, have a good one. It's just like the same.
You guys have been doing this on the podcast. I noticed you'll start saying something and you say I, and then you pick up and say me, and it like at no point does it feel like you're having a different conversation because you're on the same diet, kind of same regiment, same video stuff. So it's cool to see one pick up where the other one drops off.
We pee at the same time. Like it's like when girls are best friends and they sync up.
Hey, do you want to go to the bathroom?
Yeah,
like that kind of shit.
No, but we we were driving here. I was like, "Fuck, I gotta piss." He's like, "Bro, I was just gonna say it." Like,
so there's
it's
one
the
bottle
same-
in the car and then we fight.
Do you check? Do you guys check each other if you notice something is going?
100%.
Yeah, that's like all day we're just checking each other.
Yeah.
That's lately. That's what it's been like.
Do you? Because I know you guys have been out, like I said earlier in the show, have been outspoken about struggles you guys have had with your own mental health.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like you suffer from similar issues in your separate brains? Or is it
At this point, I feel like we can relate to each other on everything mental health wise.
Yeah.
Have you had identity problems?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what we're going through like right now. I think that's
Okay.
that's like the source of all of our problems right
Like
now. Yeah.
when I on this road trip, I was like, dude, it wasn't a waste of time. Like it wasn't like we drove there and drove back and it was a waste of time. The drive back was so productive because we just talked about everything that went wrong.
Okay.
And we're like, let's take advantage of the situation. And there was when we really like put together that we have had these identity problems. I was like, dude, like I'm becoming my 18-year-old, 17-year-old self when this camera starts recording.
Yeah.
And I can't break away from it. And like we need to figure out how the fuck I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
Like when the camera's on, I immediately become this character. Like it's me, but it's like a
Wait, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I went through it. I have semi tried to coach Jake going through it as well. And in a way, maybe not so much like statistically, it sort of worked for Jake. Like the more he can just be himself on camera, like he gets these comments all the time on his vlogs. It's like, yo, I love you in Logan's vlogs, but why when I come on this channel is it like do I
Jake was
hate
on
it?
our channel recently, and people were commenting that
They're like,
too.
wow,
They're
he's an
such
actual,
a genuine,
he's just a
cool
human.
dude.
Like, holy shit. So I talked to him. I was like, yo, the more you can just be yourself, and again, the more you can just act yourself. But I'm talking about like identity problems because you're twins. Like you're Grayson Dolan, you're Ethan Dolan, but we us introduced you on our show as the Dolan Twins.
That was for brevity.
Sure,
but,
I get it, but I can't imagine.
Yeah, I think it's also different when you're twins. Like you and Jake, if people just grouped you as the Pauls, you'd be like,
oh, they do.
Yeah, they do, but you're Logan and he's Jake.
Sure.
Like for us, it's always the Dolan Twins, but we're okay with that because we're like such a team.
Just like you said, we
that.
are in
Like,
sync. We do have like the same like similar interests and everything. We basically kind of are the same person.
Yeah, in a lot of ways. Okay. I mean, in our personal lives, that's where we separate. But like when in business and everything like that, we love doing that together. Like
we definitely have our roles though. Like he likes to like communicate with our team, where I like to do the creative shit. So it's like we bounce each other out.
But we like have no problem like sharing a house and a bank account and all that shit like at all.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was that?
Like sharing a house and a bank account.
I heard the house part. Did you say a bank account?
Yeah.
You guys have a joint bank account.
Yeah.
That seems risky.
Yeah, I mean we have our personals where we like dump extra funds into shit, but like we don't really care. Like,
Wow, so you guys really are a unit.
yeah.
Have you ever shared a girlfriend?
No.
No, that's
That's
there's
where
a
you
lot-
draw the line.
Yeah,
well,
that's one of the places the line is drawn. I'm sure there's other places too.
Has a girl ever tried to be like, yo, like,
I'm sure,
I'm here for the
dude.
squad.
Like,
Yo, like I love the Dolan Twins. I love both the Dolan Twins.
I mean, like I don't know. What you mean. Okay, so we like.
I want to talk about this. I love it.
I mean,
dude.
anyone who would just say that to me would kind of like definitely turn me off.
Push you
a little
off.
bit.
Yeah, no, that'd be like disgusting.
But it's never happened.
And like if I I mean like the people like that I if I'm gonna talk to a girl, like I usually reach out, and it's not like we always wave it off if it's like someone coming to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like a
Well,
Tatiana,
you guys-
bro. You can't have a girl dating both of you guys. Come on.
They don't strike me as those kind of guys. Like you guys don't strike me as the kind of guys that are going to go to a FaZe Clan party looking for a foursome.
I don't
You
think-
know
I
what
don't
I'm
even-
saying? Like
I haven't been to a party in LA since like
that's what
the
I'm
year
saying.
I came out
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Wow, good for you.
So wait, so you have a girlfriend?
I do, yeah.
And you currently don't.
Yeah.
How does that dynamic work?
That's interesting, yeah, because I feel like we do everything together. So when I'm like texting her or some shit, he's freaking the fuck out because he doesn't know how to be alone.
Any
he gets out of-
animosity
like,
there
he-
towards
wow.
the girl?
No. I mean,
not in this
not
particular
this time.
situation.
We've been through this so many times, and
Yeah.
there's been like so many cycles where it's like you feel like that person is getting between your personal relationship, and then it like causes like a little bit of resentment, even if it's like subconscious.
Sure.
But no, like I think of his girlfriend as like a sister. Like at that point, we've known each other for 4 years. She's great, and yeah. But there is like a time when I'm up in the kitchen waiting for Ethan to come eat breakfast with me because I'm bored and alone, and then he's like
he never comes.
in bed, like doing like the 45-minute like text catch up and stuff like
so
that.
Grayson's just eating.
It
his
is long
oatmeal
distance, too.
alone
It's
at
long,
the
yeah, it's
table.
long distance. So he's like on
Where's
his
she
phone a
live?
lot.
Australia.
That's
How does that work?
Yeah,
It's really long
that's a
distance.
that's a cool topic that we've never talked about.
Yeah,
I mean, especially in the COVID days, like where you can't just go and
yeah, I can't go into Australia because they're not letting anybody in who's not a citizen, and then they're not letting any citizens out.
God dang.
So
dude.
she was here with me for like 6 months, and then she flew back. She had a hotel quarantine for 2 weeks,
Yeesh.
like alone.
No
after,
windows or nothing. It was
no windows.
She was very
Is it a
emotional.
prison hotel? Wow, how's that?
Legit,
It's pretty
yeah.
much what they stick you in prison when you get
Like the
found.
military's there, just like making sure no
Well,
one.
but it's been a very successful program for. I mean, New Zealand. I know it's not Australia, but they isn't.
Cases are way lower there,
New
yeah.
Zealand had no cases for about
Sorry,
103
just can
days.
you just fill
They
me in
just
here?
got their-
Is New Zealand a part
No,
of the
it's
Australian
not.
continent?
No, New Zealand's, I believe, an island.
Yeah,
But
it's
is
an
it?
island.
But
It's close.
I don't know if it's the same embassy or anything like that, but we also, speaking about the embassy of Australia, we just applied for residency there.
What?
Well, yeah, so we're like we're going through. I also do love Australia too, so that helps with.
What do you
like,
mean you
visa
applied
process.
for residency? You guys are moving to Australia?
There's like a thing called like a distinguished talent visa. I think that's what it's called. We applied for. So just basically, so if I become a resident, I can go visit her, despite what's going on right now. I can quarantine for 2 weeks.
How did you meet
there.
this girl?
In Australia, like 4 years ago.
And you like her accent?
Yeah, dude.
The Australian accents are a bit tough for me to just swallow. I'll be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah, I like to do them.
what the hell is the submerged continent of Zealandia? That's what
it's
New
supposed to be
Zealand
like a
is.
huge continent.
Oh,
underneath.
You don't know about that?
Oceania? Oceania, dude. Like it says New Zealand is not a part of the continent of Australia, but of the separate submerged continent of Zealandia.
That's
That
crazy.
was in the Pangea at times.
Is this fucking? Are you kidding me right now? Whatever. It's
pretty
awesome.
unique.
Go ahead. Yeah. Do you ever start speaking Australian, like with the accent?
I can do the accent a little bit. I not with like pressure though.
No problem.
No, he's so good at it. Like when we go to Australia and he does it, no one knows that he's not Australian.
I like to do the Australian accent. I think it needs a little work. I feel like from time to time I
Can
like
you be
it.
an Australian pirate?
Mate.
How are you, Mike?
I only have the pirate. I can't walk the plank.
Yeah, long distance relationship. I don't know if I could do it. So Josie, don't leave Encino.
You guys could probably do it.
I feel like every
Maybe.
relationship I've ever been in was like distance. I mean, even in like a smaller scale, like in school when I was like a freshman, I had my first girlfriend. Like she lived like towns over, so I was like,
So she like didn't go to your school, so no.
yeah.
you
I guess I
don't know
just
her.
like am more like particular of like who I click with and stuff like that, and it just ends up being like distance.
So you're able to pull it off.
Yeah.
Regardless, it's almost like the distance doesn't
Yeah.
exist. Like my girlfriend, dude. Like if I don't go to sleep with her and wake up with her, like we're breaking up
I mean,
every single fucking night. Dude. It's mind blowing.
How much time have you guys spent apart? What's the longest time you spent away from each
That's
other?
a good question.
Fucking 6 days maybe.
Yeah, I think
Your entire
Ever,
life.
Our entire life. So
life.
we've basically
Less than a
accepted
week.
the fact that like when we do have our own families of our own and everything like that, we're just gonna live like right next to each other. That's the only way it's gonna be able to.
That's
go
what we're
on.
trying to do in this house. I'm trying
All
to
you
get
guys?
I'm trying to get Mike to move like across the street or like at least something. I want to be able to throw a rock and hit
Yeah,
his
we've been
house.
looking actually. There's a couple. The one across the street, I think, is going for like
going.
6.5. And the night
It's a
shift
little
has
too
been
li-
great,
it's
but
too small for Mike.
yeah, I'd like something a little larger.
You guys like tiny homes.
We do, yeah.
The last time I saw you guys, you were trying to sell me your Sprinter van that you remodeled into a tiny home.
yes, we did.
And did you sell it yet? Because I have one. I have a Sprinter van.
Yeah, it's much nicer.
Yeah,
it's
yours
okay.
is sick.
We did sell ours,
We did
yeah.
sell it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we sold it to a guy that fits the part for it. You know what I mean? He was like really into road trips. He wants to like camp in it and everything.
And he
like
paid
that.
your asking price.
not
asking
the asking price.
A little bit-
Yeah, a little bit like $25,000 under that, but
So
it's fine. you know?
50K.
Yeah.
What's with the?
That's tricky. It's a bit of a pill to swallow. I just like
No,
I
it's-
know I'm gonna have to swallow this pill with my cool bus. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like I love this bus and I want $75,000 for it, but I know no fucking idiot is gonna pay that much money
I just
for that bus.
Somebody
I
in
think
Dubai.
cars are just like I'm not into cars.
Yeah.
Like so, I can never justify spending money. I'm glad I learned that at a young age. Like, I bought a Bronco.
I was gonna ask you about that.
Yeah, we sold that.
Sold the Bronco.
Sold that for probably like 40,000 less than I put into it. Yeah.
Cars are tricky. Talk
They
about
are.
a depreciating asset.
Worst.
Oh, yeah.
The worst, man. They're
Yeah.
terrible. That's why I used to hate the idea of leasing. But now I kind of like the idea of
love
leasing.
it,
And
yeah.
my Amara drives the Lambo. It's leased. I think she coughed up like 60 racks for like an 18-month lease, but then you give it back.
Oh, it's leased?
Yeah, it's leased.
Oh, she's capped.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's got 6 other cars that are bought, but she leased.
I
not
don't,
here?
think, I don't think leasing's cap at all. Though, honestly.
No.
Nah, but
he means on terms of her.
No, it's
Talk-
just like
What she said she bought it.
depends.
No,
who,
she
depends
didn't.
who
No.
you are. You're gonna get made fun of. Like if you're a rapper and you're releasing cars, you're fucked.
Well, hold on. Let me-
They all are leasing.
All of them. Every rapper, every celebrity is leasing,
Cap,
dude.
cap,
no,
cap,
it's not.
Cap.
Okay,
It's
but
not,
how are they
dude.
paying? How are they paying taxes? Because we've been in the industry for so long. I've talked to some like high ups in like record labels and stuff like that. Like we know, I know the rev split between them and like these people are getting fucked over. There's no way they can afford
Bro,
these things.
it
course not,
is
of course
the
not.
longest story in Los Angeles history. Every house you see is rented. Every car you see is leased.
such a false sense of
It is
reality
the
out
most
here.
false reality of all fucking time. All of those R8s and Bentleys that drive past you are 6 months away from going back to the fucking dealership.
Honestly,
bro.
the way I see it,
everybody.
if it's not a Tesla, it's not worth it.
Wow.
You really are woke.
Oh
Ethan.
yeah.
He
Full green.
He convinced me on I'm switching my car to a Tesla. I have a Porsche right now. I'm switching it to the Model S. So it's like
Really?
Panamera. It's gonna go to S. It looks
faster,
Looks the
off
same.
the line.
You don't have to drive. You literally
Autopilot.
don't. We didn't drive here.
No, we didn't.
Oh wow.
We're staying in Laguna right now because our house. We normally would live 7 minutes away, but our house is under construction, so we're in Laguna.
Okay.
And we just autopiloted all the way here. Didn't drive once.
Don't you have to put your hands on the steering
Yeah,
wheel?
you got to correct it, but like he didn't actually physically drive. Like he didn't have to.
That's crazy.
It is
man.
like-
I
How
still
do you
can't.
not have a Tesla yet? I don't understand.
Because
Yeah.
I'm semi waiting for the new ones to come. I want the Roadster, the
so
fast
nice.
one, the real fast
I don't know
one.
if they gave a date like when that's gonna come out.
They did, but then they pushed it, and then because the Cybertruck's now coming out, who knows when? They came out with the Tesla Semi. Jake,
Oh, yeah.
Jake put a $25,000 down payment on the Tesla Semi. He said he said it was a flex. But the steering wheel is in the middle of the semi truck.
Whoa.
And I wanted to wait for the Roadster to come out because it's a badass car, and everyone already has what's the one with the wings on the side?
That's
X.
I have
That's
that.
the S. It's sick, but like I feel like every influencer has the Tesla Model S.
Because it's the best.
We keep it plain Jane though, so it's just like it's literally just for the convenience sake.
Yeah, like just point A to point B.
I'll get it.
Drive.
Tesla's the future.
And it's a lease,
Electric
so
cars.
we're just gonna say it. You know, I lease all my cars.
No,
because
no,
hold on.
it's,
I
I
mean,
mean,
that
that
makes
makes
sense.
sense.
I
That makes
want
sense.
to. I want to
pay-
change my shit every 3 years.
That's what I'm saying.
It
So-
gives you
so-
the opportunity to do that.
If I pay over $100,000 on a car, I'm gonna want the fucking new one in 3 years. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna want like just the old like 4-year-old.
I feel
car.
like leasing is good for like people who can't afford to buy outright and people who can afford to buy outright 50 times over. Like I feel like it's the mid section that it makes sense for people to buy the car, drive it into the fucking ground, and then get another new car. But like if you can afford to pay a high note and lease a car and have the newest model every time it drops, then like why not do that?
that's my point of view.
There's an answer to that. I don't know what I have not leased. This is not a flex. I have
know,
not leased a
I
single car.
Yeah.
But in my business team, there's smart people, and there's a reason behind it. I don't know what it is.
I lease for the write-off purposes too.
Some of our stuff is written off because it is essentially production. That's a production vehicle. The van.
Yeah.
Someone watching this has the answer to this, I'm sure, and I personally don't. And I've always bought too. Like instead of renting apartments or condos, like when I was like, yo, I'm only gonna be here for another 2 years, I literally would just buy the apartment. Buy the apartment, and I still own apartments and rent them out to people
that's real estate.
instead
I
of
fuck
paying.
my vehicles
but
up. That's why
similarly-
Danny just because think about all the like modifications I do and all of that.
That's why we have a Tacoma in Jersey and we bought it. I can't lease a Tacoma because we're gonna fuck it up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. But also, oh shit, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say, like, what is the price difference between doing all that shit? Is it even that great?
It's pretty big. I mean, well,
not like buying and renting it, but like overall, like say 5 years down the line, like is it gonna make that big of a difference if you bought or
It depends
you know
what
I
you're
mean?
doing with your money. I think the benefit of leasing or putting like a down payment and paying the rest off, whether it's like a house and you're paying a mortgage, whatever it is because you can now invest or put your money somewhere where it can make you money.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
as
investments. Yeah,
that's why I would. That's why I wouldn't put $400,000 down in a car if you could do $50K and then lease the rest, and then that other
And then just do it
$350,000 can
you
be
can
collecting
invest.
interest in the bank, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like, that's the strategy there.
cars are the outlier too. Like people need to know that. Like this doesn't apply to houses. Cars and boats.
Boats.
Boats are the worst out of all.
That was my first vehicle.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, yeah. Amazing.
Fucking awful.
go down
In
Ventura?
Jersey, in Jersey.
In Jersey, yeah.
Dude, shout out. Do you guys miss the tri-state, bro? So Joe Rogan, I watched Joe Rogan's explanation the other day of why he moved to Texas. A lot of great reasons. Overpopulation in Cali, crime, taxes, legacy taxes. So if you're a wealthy individual that leaves California, you still have to pay the wealth tax.
You're lying.
Crazy
You're
shit.
lying.
Proposed 0.4% wealth tax
Legacy
for
ta-
10 years after you leave California
California's
if you
trying
made
to take
wealth
a percentage of you
of
now.
you to
Oh my
equity ownership.
God.
But and I don't think it's going to pass. But the main reason he was leaving, or one of the big reasons he was leaving, was because he thinks that the fact that there's no weather here affects you. There's no
100%.
weather. Every day you wake up and it's the same fucking weather. It's 80
he
degrees.
thinks that affects you?
He thinks it affects you because he thinks that there's a power in. You got, how many times do you guys remember this happening? Boys, there's a major storm brewing this week. We're going to huddle together as a family. We're going to ride this one out. And you sit in the house for 6 days in blizzard conditions,
I
dude.
gotta.
We went 14 and a half days with no power.
Right?
I was legit splitting wood when I was like 12 to heat the house, and we all slept by the fireplace.
That was Hurricane Sandy.
yeah.
Damn.
How old were you during Sandy?
12, I think. 13.
Now that was easily the craziest storm I ever witnessed in my entire life. I
Connecticut got hit bad. That's where you're from, right?
demolished. I was on the coastline of Connecticut. Whole houses were just washing
Oh
out
yeah,
to fucking
my grandma's
sea.
beach house literally like lifted up
Gone.
and was like floating down
Gone.
the street.
Jersey Shore destroyed. Now this was when I was still a psychopath. So I actually was, I shit you not, swimming when Sandy made landfall in Connecticut. I was in the ocean. In the fucking ocean. There's videos of this.
I think I remember you telling me
with
this.
a gallon of tequila in one hand and my cell phone in a plastic bag in the other. Naked.
Oh,
With,
I gotta
with
see
the
this
people.
video.
We fucked up.
waves
We fucked up.
Demolished.
What?
bro.
On what?
Just alcohol. So it was
Okay.
so it was, I had gotten clean, done a year sober, but this was when I started to kind of like go back to partying, not using drugs, but like being out doing that kind of stuff. And I knew it was going to be a big storm, but I mean, the waves were the size of houses, bro. And I was just getting smacked. I could have died. We all could have died.
I mean, not
It was horrible, but awesome.
Minus the alcohol, that's some shit Ethan and our friends would have done from our hometown.
Yeah.
We grew up like in the middle of the country. Like we lit literally almost our town on fire once. Like my friend, my friend's dad had like
arsonists.
no,
you guys are?
yeah,
Accidentally, yeah.
we almost were accidental arsonists, but we weren't.
What happened?
But I'd probably be in jail still, and I did that when I was like 11.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was fucked.
What'd you do?
We had like the driest, like it didn't rain for forever. It was
Summer,
spring break. No, spring break. So it was like weird that it didn't rain in the spring at all. And my friend lived on this house in the street, but behind his house there was like a hike like 2 miles into the woods, however many acres that is. And then one of the founders of the town lived next to him and had all these like huge fields like back there for whatever, like riding quads and shit. So we hiked up to one of them and we had these like dud, like old fireworks. And we're like, let's light them off in this field. And it was just us three. We lit one off and it went well. And then the second one went off, but it like, and every single firework was bigger than the next. So we're like, oh, let's keep getting bigger and bigger. We had this like pile. Then the second one lit like a little patch of grass on fire, but we just stepped it out. And we're like, oh, it's chill. So by the time we got to the last one, there was like some burnt patches that we stepped out. But like this was it was like double the size of anything we had lit off so far. So we light it off and it starts going off and like the shit is like shooting up now. So we're like, fuck, we can't get close to it to step out the fire around it right now. Like the other ones, we just went up and like stepped them out. But this time we're like, we're gonna get hit in the face with a firework if we go up there to step that fire out. So we had to wait until the firework completely died out. And by the time it did, it was like, the fire was like as big as the circumference of this table.
Yeah.
And it wasn't all lit, like it was like a ring. So it would burn and then go out. And the middle would like, it was already out because it burnt out.
That's dangerous.
So, but it's going like this. We all immediately start screaming.
We were crying.
You were crying.
We couldn't step it out. I don't know what happened, but like I just had this like instinctual.
Well, first I want to say our friend was like, let me run back down to my house and get water. I'm like, we're 2 miles. That's gonna take you 45 minutes.
Right.
So,
Next thing I knew, I had
my.
my sweatshirt off and I was just beating the shit out of the fire with
smother it.
with my sweatshirt. And then I look at them and then they have their sweatshirts off too.
Yeah.
And I saved the fucking day. I was a chief fireman.
That's chief fireman.
That's some Jersey shit, sweatshirts and spring break.
That's a scary feeling, being completely out of control.
Powerless.
Of what's about to happen. Powerless. Fire.
That's what I told. I went home and told my mom because I had to confess to someone, and I was like, I felt hopeless, and that was the scariest thing I've ever felt.
Hopeless. Sure.
That was like probably the first time we ever felt that.
Yeah, like
Wait, and when you were 11 years old? Because
Yeah.
you know there's some serious charges for accidentally starting
yeah.
wildfires. I just wonder what would have happened when they're that much of a minor, like 11-year-olds.
But the town would have been done. It
Like it was
fucked
burning.
up.
It was fucked
Do you
up.
ever feel like
It's
the
not funny.
days of because now when you tell that story, like there's a reaction that's evoked from the audience and even us on the set, like, wow, that's dangerous. Like I'm happy you guys made that stop. You know what I'm saying? Bro, that was every single fucking week of my life when I was a kid. Do you think gone are the days of boys will be boys and like everything now is captured on video? Bro, if there was an opportunity to throw a mailbox through a fucking window, that shit was getting done, bro.
Oh, yeah.
And now that shit's gonna be on video. Like, bro,
this is a great question.
it
This
just
is a
feels
phenomenal
so
question.
much like, and I'm obviously not provoking it or making people have any kind of desire to go out and put a baseball bat through a mailbox, but like, or throw a watermelon at a car or anything like that. But don't do that. But like at the same time, like that's all we fucking
it over?
did.
Are the days
Is that over?
No, it's not. I don't think so. I think we're in a bubble in LA, and especially with what we do, it gives us very like limited time to think about other things like that. And especially we've grown up too. But we're actually staying in Laguna right now, and we saw a bunch of like little kids riding their e-bikes around, like cheesing cars. So they'd have slices of
piece of
cheese.
cheese on the windshield.
Yeah.
What do you do?
They call it cheesing.
I was like, "What are you guys doing?" They're like, "Oh, we're cheesing cars." I'm like,
It's the new thing.
Well, because in my day it was
It's a Gen Z
meat.
thing.
In my day it was bologna and that meat
takes-
and that takes the paint
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
So I'm happy they're doing cheese.
They're just
instead
cheesing.
now.
It's just a little like frustrate the driver type thing, which is dangerous. But like they're young kids and
moving cars.
yeah.
Oh, that's- that's tricky.
They get them at stop signs. They'll pull up and they all have e-bikes. They were all on like electric bikes because it's like that's what
Sure.
like, is good.
Especially in Laguna. That's
Yeah.
a bubble in itself.
And
No,
they just-
no fucking kids from Ohio running around on e-bikes.
Yeah.
Be the one
Yeah.
kid in the
I mean, they're running with dirt bikes though.
dirt bikes, yeah.
Yeah.
But even where we're from, not so much. Like I'm just wondering. That's like That's a tricky mission. You got to be kind of skilled to be able to on the go on your e-bike, throw a piece of cheese at a car, and then escape. Because this has to happen. Like the car chases down, or maybe not. Because who's that mad about cheese on a car?
But I was happy that it even happened because it was like refreshing to see kids doing what I did once.
I just wish it was vegan cheese.
I was like, I can't be pissed right now because I did this shit. And worse, probably.
Yeah, but okay. So it went from bologna, which would actually fuck up the
very
car,
bad.
to
Yeah.
cheese. Now it's like a kind of a practical joke. Soon it's going to be water balloons, essentially completely ineffective, and then
Just air.
Just air. They'll be just like going like this at cars.
But I feel like there's so many. I feel like there's so many of the things, and I think the one that sticks out to me the most. And I also think it's slightly dependent on the family you come from and what your parents taught you about it. But one thing for me was always, do you remember snowballs at cars?
Yeah.
Okay, now every family had a different belief system on this. Some families, the dad would be out there nailing cars with a Pabst Blue Ribbon in his hand. Fuck you! Like,
What do you mean a Pabst Blue Ribbon?
It's a PBR. It's a type of beer.
Oh, okay.
It's all right. He doesn't drink beer.
I don't drink.
But like for me, my family was always anti-snowball.
Oh, same.
And so when I would go out, right? And so when I would go out with my friends and it just snowed, and on the East Coast, what kids would do, you'd build the igloo first, and then one kid would always launch the first snowball. And I would take off. I'll be like, this is one thing I couldn't do. Now my mom didn't tell me not to do heroin. I wish she told me. It would have helped a lot. But she didn't want me throwing snowballs at cars. So I would always leave. Luckily, the thing that saved me from the things I didn't walk away from is video. That is the game changer for today's kids. Everything is being captured. Everything is being posted. You think about how much you used to be able to wiggle out of shit.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't me. That was Steve Choma. He did it, Mom. He did it. He threw the brick through the window. And nobody could prove otherwise. But now that shit's on fucking film, bro.
Yeah. I will say though, being filmed when you're doing stupid shit gives you some adrenaline. You
Yeah,
just want to go
obviously,
around.
do it for the
that's-
vine. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Because
one way
I
or
still
the
have
other,
that in my
though.
blood.
So I think people honestly might do dumber shit because it's filmed.
Wow.
It's another.
They can't get away with it.
Logan,
but
Logan, I'm having a TBT right now to when we used to go take air horns to the golf course by the house.
Sure.
And we'd film that though.
Sure.
So what's
See, now that I don't like.
Maybe
one
there's
thing
li-
you don't fuck with is a man's backswing.
He was
When they
golfing,
were
you know?
right at the peak of their swing, we blow the air horn.
It was funny, but we filmed it, right?
Yeah.
So it was either like you're gonna film it and have a good time doing it, or
at the end of the day, at the end of the day, there's no harm done. Snowballs
true.
at cars.
No,
Can
that's
be bad.
dangerous.
Can be very bad.
You know the story of the kids who were like harmlessly throwing rocks off a bridge, and one of them went through the window and killed the lady, and the kids are in. 4 of them are in jail. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
What
a
if you cost that
scary-
guy
that's like the
$100,000 on his golf swing? That was the final.
not in fucking Westlake, Ohio. But it's a scary thought that like young men and everyone, humans are subject to everything being captured and documented for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Definitely contributes to my paranoia.
Sure.
Yeah,
But
everything you do is being watched.
Like the other day, like in our rental house, Gray and I were having a conversation in our kitchen, and then we heard people outside like screaming "Dolans," and I was like, "Oh fuck, close all the windows."
You
like,
get the glizzy?
And then I literally didn't have a conversation about anything I wanted to have that night because I was like, someone's gonna record it.
Sure. They're standing outside your house.
Yeah, so-
how about the opposite of that though, where you do literally record almost everything and you're creating a legacy that's being recorded for the rest of your life?
I don't know how I feel about that. Like, do I want to delete it when I become like a father one day? Or do I not? Like, is it like how weird is it going to be when our kids watch us when we were their age?
I
hate them.
that-
I don't know if I like thinking about that.
terrifies me.
Yeah.
One word of advice from someone who has gone through this a lot: don't ever hide your past. Don't ever be ashamed of what you've done.
No, but you can't. You don't even have the option now, is what we're saying.
I understand that, but live that shit.
Yeah.
Be proud of that shit. Everything you are right now, and it will always be the same as this, is just a result of what you were the day before and the day before that. That's it. That's it. So don't ever, bro. I've done so much nasty shit in my fucking life, and I wouldn't change a single fucking
Mike, but yours
thing,
isn't
bro.
on video,
It's
though.
written. It's written. It's written. I know it's not on video. And I hear what you're saying, but I'm just saying, like,
I'm even talking about
it's
like,
all just a pathway to being who you are. And if you're proud of who you are now, then people would understand, and you should appreciate and understand the things that led you to being the man you are today.
Sure. I have a fear that my kids are gonna watch my vlogs, and I don't know if they're gonna like hate me for how I was acting. I don't know if they're gonna try to one up me and go harder than I did, which it would be a fucking disaster. Like, will end horrible for everyone. I don't know if they'll feel self-conscious. there's just a lot of what ifs.
Yeah, I think your kids are gonna love you because they'll have the instinctual bond. So they'll.
Well, I mean, I'd hope so. There's parts of my life that I'm like really not proud of.
Yeah.
But guess what? They're on camera.
Yeah.
I can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
You know, and it just
The one up thing makes sense though because they're gonna see you doing some crazy shit.
That's-
Like, I'm allowed to do that.
that's what
'Cause, like,
concerns me
yeah,
because
follow in the lead.
I'm not going to be able to say. Like, truthfully, I can't say, yo, don't do that. No, really don't do that. He'll go, Dad, you fucking did it. In fact, here's the video you posted on August 15th, 2017. I'll be like,
Hey, yo, low gang, what's poppin'?
and I'll be like, shit. So I'm not going to, I think parenting is going to, move into a much more free-flowing, open relationship between parent and child, where it's not so strict like the boomers, like, this is my house, you will live under my rules. Yeah. I think it'll become more of a
Friendship.
friendship. Yeah. I would hope,
I mean, that's the goal anyways, right?
I hate controlling helicopter parents.
The
like,
worst.
fuck off.
I mean, there's obviously a balance to it because the kid needs to, like, you got to tell the kid, yo, don't touch the fucking stove. You know what I'm saying?
Or I seriously,
Or
here's
don't.
what
Yeah, I know.
I'll go, and this is what I'm like. Again, at 25, I don't know how I'm gonna raise my kids, but I think it's gonna be something along the lines of, "Yo, what's up, Rocky? You want to touch the stove? Because I see you're like kind of playing with it, looking at it." And she'll be like, "Yeah." I'll be like, "Okay, so I've done this, Rocky. I've been in your same position. I've wanted to touch the stove, and I did, and it was very hot, and I got hurt badly. That's my advice to you. You do with it what you want." Because I understand that she's going to have to live life for her own. Like, at the end of the day, experience is the best thing for growth and evolution.
It's the only way to learn.
That was incredible. I'm just looking at you doing that right there, and I don't know if anybody in the audience can.
I'm gonna be a dad.
That was
I'm gonna be a
incredible.
dad.
Bro.
Listen,
Come
Rocky-
on, that's exactly how you should talk to your kids.
Rocky,
That was incredible.
Here's my advice. Here's my advice. If you don't want to take it, that's on you. I'm sure you're going to figure it out for yourself. But I'm not going to sign up to be a parent to be just a parent, overbearing, controlling. Like, that's not what I'm
I
here
feel like
to
that's
do.
proven itself to never work ever.
Not never, but it has to be slightly
They
less
always.
effective.
I feel like they
Rebellion.
always rebel.
True, totally true.
Like the reason that my head is on straight, and I believe it is, and like I've been able to focus on like and prioritize the right things over the wrong, is because I had a friendly relationship with my parents, and they never said don't do this shit. Like don't like they were like strict on the things they needed to be.
Sure.
But like
I never wanted to let them down because
yeah.
they did give me so much freedom.
exactly.
Sure. Love it.
Like
Love
I
that.
would be I was like about to do. Like, I don't even remember what it was, but if I was about to do something bad, I'd be like, you know what, I'm gonna disappoint my dad right now. I'm just not gonna fucking do it.
He never asked us to.
Wow.
not
He
do it.
never said don't do that. But I was like, yeah, if he finds out, like, why am I gonna do that? It's gonna be a reflection on him, the kid he raised. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe I thought a little bit differently, but
No, I think you're spot on.
Yeah.
My parents were the same way. Kind of just like a open relationship. Like, yo, you want to go play outside in the woods and skip along on the trees in the backyard? You're probably gonna break an ankle, but like, just be fucking careful.
Yeah.
Then I broke my ankle. But like, I was warned, and I had that really nice relationship with my parents where I didn't feel like I was a slave in my own household.
I feel like it's just like human nature to rebel. Like if you like follow a strict diet,
Sure.
you're gonna cheat on it because
Sure.
you're gonna be
People
like,
want
fuck
what
this
they
diet.
can't
You know what I
have.
mean? Anything? Yeah. So yeah, it's the same with your parents.
I'd be remiss if we didn't talk about your dad.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
'Cause that's-
I just
that's
couldn't think of the in for it.
That's a major moment in your guys' life, and I met him. I mean, this absolute sweetheart.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And when I heard about that, obviously my heart was broken for you guys, and it was after we had our little like beef thing on Twitter, and none of that mattered anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you guys felt something along the lines of, wow, there's some things in life that you can't replace, and I'm just wondering how you guys have moved on from that and what your learnings are from it.
yeah, it's different every day. Honestly, like when it first happened, he was just like a warrior through the whole situation, and like he had really gnarly cancer.
Like you said, like absolute sweetheart, but like he was just like the toughest guy, but just like was a sweetheart on the outside.
Yeah.
So he didn't want you to think he was
Yeah,
a tough guy.
sure.
You
He
know
had
what I
like
mean?
he had like quiet confidence about how he
Sure.
went about everything.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And he never let his hope die. He got a tattoo right over. He had gastroesophageal cancer, and he got a tattoo that said "Never fade me" right over where he got it. And I truly think it never faded him and who he was in his soul and who he was like inside of his head. Even when cancer went to his brain, he still like when he would snap into it, you get moments of him. Like it was just like he didn't let it affect him, and he didn't let anybody around him see that it did.
Warrior shit.
Yeah.
So
So,
that's
it was just like seeing him like that, and then losing him. Like I live my life like that now, where I'm just like I don't let like the even if it's like extreme, I just can't let it bother me because like none of what I've gone through has been anything that I could possibly relate to his in any way in a situation that he stayed so strong in.
Sure.
So like
That's a father figure.
We're living in the
That's
second year after losing him, and people say like, "Oh, it normally catches up with you after a year." And my first year was pretty shitty, so I was like, "What's the second year going to be like?" And I think what I have to say about that is like, if I'm ever feeling really down or just like fucking confused about who I am and all this shit, like, I understand how it could really fuck you up after losing someone who's so close to you because you start questioning the meaning of life, and then you're like, "What the fuck's the point of it if my best friend isn't here anymore?" And like the whole time my dad was like passing away, it was like a straight month of me just sleeping on the couch next to him, and I would just like reassure him that wherever he was going was better than where we are. And then I literally convinced myself that for a full month. I was like, he's going somewhere way better than where I am. Why the fuck am I still here? Like, what's the point of like carrying on? Okay. So like, it's fucking, it's a roller coaster, honestly. Yeah.
I can't imagine, guys.
Yeah. It's just like, the first year was really numb, and I was like, I felt guilty for not being as negatively affected as I should have been. I think it was like a lot of that had to do with the fact that I feel like I kind of collected a piece of him.
Sure.
Warrior, yeah.
So like that warrior in me was like keeping me so strong. But as the years go on, and like I guess I'm able to process things a little bit better, I'm still not really able to think about it. Like I can't right now think and like start crying about like losing my dad, even though he was the closest person to me besides my twin brother. I can't. Like there's nothing I can do, and it's like this numbness that's so confusing and you can't really explain. But I will say that like I was like pretty optimistic that I was going to be able to like not be fucked up from it. You know what I mean? That I was going to be able to hold that, but like it's like proven itself that like it is going to fuck me up at some times.
It affects you.
Yeah,
it will forever.
Yeah, and I push the guilt aside. Like when it does make me upset or when it does make me like angry or however it comes out of me, like I was guilty about that. But like for anybody that lost someone, like you got to know that all of your emotions are valid. Like you're allowed to feel how you feel.
Absolutely.
Because it's a personal experience for everybody. Grief is not the same for every. It's so different. Like. So
it's made me rush life in some aspects as well because I realize how quickly it can be
how
gone.
fleeting it is.
Yeah. My dad was like 49, so
that's young.
He had just turned 50, like, and then passed away like weeks after. So yeah, and it's kind of making me rush wanting to have a family and everything too because I feel like I have a lack of a family now. Like my dad was the heart of my family. I have a very loving family and I see them a lot and I appreciate them. And we talk all the time.
Your parents were still married?
Yeah.
How's your mom holding up?
She's really tough as well. I mean, like,
she's like a warrior like him, honestly. Like I couldn't imagine. They started dating in high school.
Holy boys, this is fucking tragic.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
But I'm like happy to hear what it's producing in you. Like the first thing that you mentioned about this was that it created a perspective in you that keeps you calm, relaxed, and focused in times of what you used to think were major life obstacles. You know what I'm saying? And now you know what a major life obstacle really fucking feels like. And I think, you know, that experience and that trauma is as sad as it is and as you know, gut wrenching it is such a valuable experience for you to live through. You know what I'm saying? And to truly understand what this life is and what is really meaningful, you know?
But also just because I went through that doesn't mean that the little shit doesn't get me down.
Of course,
you know what I mean?
sure.
Like, it still does, and for a while, like when little shit would bother me, I was like, "Why the fuck is this bothering me?" But like even more so than, or what feels like more so than losing someone that I love so much.
And just quickly back to what you said, like just about my mom and how she's holding up and everything. Like I'm now in a relationship and I'm like in love. I really care for my girlfriend and I can't imagine having that relationship with my girlfriend that I've only had for really like 8 months or sorry, 9 or 10 months.
No, don't get caught.
She's gonna kill you. Yeah, you're fucked.
She's gonna be like, "What were you doing?"
My parents had that for like basically their whole entire lives since they were 15 years old, and I just can't imagine that just being taken away. So that like getting into a relationship definitely like opened a wound in a sense. Yeah.
Ethan, it sounds like that experience made you sort of second guess like your purpose and why you're on this planet.
Yeah.
Grayson, is anything that you've second guessed? Are you guys religious? Have you questioned your belief system?
I would say I'm spiritual.
Okay.
I believe in like a personal connection with whoever is above. I don't want to like get into it too much.
Yeah.
And, everyone has their own. Everyone is entitled to believe what they want to if it makes them feel good. But I think it's affected me the most, and maybe this is also because Ethan is in like a really like loving relationship that that I don't have right now, and I don't also have the relationship that I had with my dad. But like Ethan said, like I really constantly just think about building my own family. Like, you know what I mean? Like the connection that I had son to father is gone, like physically gone, and like I just want to recreate that so bad, and I feel like I'm in a rush to like get married and have kids and start a family because I just want what was taken away in a sense, you know.
It makes total sense.
Yeah. Like I've been memed on as like a dad and stuff like that by like our fans, but like the deeper meaning to that is just like that it's been kind of taken away, and I really just like I always just dream about like rebuilding it, and it's something to look forward to, but not something to rush. And I've learned that recently. Like, I've been trying to like rush into like relationships and things like that, and it just is like
Can't do that.
yeah, it's backfired.
I mean, who the fuck am I? But I can't tell if that's a good thing or a
a
bad thing, because you gotta live your life at your pace too.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't even know what the fuck my pace is. I feel like I have no breaks. Like,
You've
you
got
guys are so young too. You
Yeah,
guys
facts.
are. I can't believe you're like way ahead of the curve.
I don't feel young, but
Yeah, I don't feel young either.
Well, because you've lived quite the life over the past 5 years. You've lived fucking 3 or 4 lives that any normal human being would be satisfied with.
Yeah.
And you guys got your whole life ahead of you, 80 plus years. I imagine you'll be over 100.
150.
102, and then we'll do like you ever see like Hunger Games 1 where Katniss and PETA, they did the berries and they were gonna
eat the poison berries.
Oh.
at the
together.
same time. That's how we're gonna go.
Joint suicide? Joint suicide?
No, not suicide. Like if we're both, I imagine we'll both be sick. Or we'll probably be in sync. Honestly, we probably won't even have to do that.
Great.
Yeah, you guys don't have to do anything.
High fire.
You guys got to take, just my last thought on it, you guys got to take tremendous relief in knowing that you had found such success and made your parents, both of them, so proud in the time that they, both of them have gotten to spend with you. It was something that I think I struggled with, and I think a lot of people watching the show definitely struggle with this idea that they want to make their parents proud, and you guys definitely did that. You guys definitely did that.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate that a lot.
Yep. What can we change topics?
I had something, but I didn't say it.
What is it? What do you got?
I know you guys have done some business endeavors.
Yes.
Yeah.
You launched a candle line?
Yes.
Again, it's just a horrible transition, but
No, it's,
No, it's fine.
just the worst.
Welcome to Impaulsive.
But you launched a candle line among many things. I'm
Yeah,
sure
fragrance.
we have a fragrance company that we started.
Okay, so explain to me what this business model is. I'm fascinated by fragrance.
we were too. That's why we started. Yeah, it's a great common interest.
But our friend Connor, who I believe left, who was here for the first part of the interview,
gone.
he said he bought 2 candles.
Oh shit!
And
Really?
he said they're actually really nice. They have crystals in the bottom.
yes.
Why, guys?
So there's a lot of beliefs. Some people like believe in like the spiritual healing and stuff of crystals, and
Absolutely.
some people, like maybe you think it's like placebo, but I think like who gives a fuck? If it's gonna make you feel good, then keep it around. And I've kept crystals around and gotten into them for one reason or another, and they actually have like when I look at them, I just feel good energy.
Sure.
So I really wanted to like with this whole company that we launched, like I wanted to be able to give back to the world in a way that like I wasn't able to do like directly in my content. Like, making someone laugh goes a long way, but like, what's another thing that I could like give to the world? So I was like,
Fuck it. You're getting candles.
this could, yeah. We just try
Good
to
smells.
We try to implement things that can enhance one's life through like any product.
And it
that we
does. I mean,
release. Yeah.
scent is proven. The proper scents in life are proven to enhance your
Definitely.
day-to-day mood, and
confidence
attitude.
for sure too. Like,
Yeah.
Scent is like the direct line to memory.
Yep.
So I feel like everybody's always chasing nostalgia. I feel like I get a whiff of something and it puts me back in like a really happy place in my life. And if I could have that one moment during my day that makes me happy and I can give to someone else, then it's what I want to do. But and just about like the business model, like what you were talking about. Like obviously fragrance has been done before. You can't invent anything new with fragrance.
By influencer?
No,
not by influencer,
Just
but
in general. Like
there's been collaborations where like
no, it's cool. It's cool that you say that because we didn't want this to just be like an influencer-owned business,
Sure.
and that's why
Brand.
it was good. I
You
want
wanna
it to be
start a brand.
bigger than us. You know what I mean? I love business, so you have to like sell an experience. You know what I mean? We wanted to come up with something unique that we really backed, and I was really excited to hear that when we met with our co-founder, and he was like, "How can we like turn this into like an experience?"
Talking about Kevin, yeah.
Yeah, Kevin, yeah. So it's just been trying to like create a unique experience with fragrance and talking about how it's like directly connected to memory and hoping people make good memories while wearing these fragrances so that you know.
You guys are fascinating. It's like your spiritual wokeness doesn't quite match with like the bodies that you're living.
Dude, I've never matched my fucking body ever
Logan
in my life.
so badly wants you guys to be like slender ass, like hairy armpit, like hairy faces.
I shave my armpits.
He's like, this is not right. Something you guys should look like Spencer.
What like
what's going on?
If y'all had to describe a body type that matched your personality, what would it be?
Oh man, that's a good question.
Grayson was almost there with his really long hair. He would man bun it every once in a while.
That's right. I remember that.
His biceps are a little too big.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta slim up.
Yeah,
If you're gonna be selling candles.
C-cups.
I tried. I lost a lot of weight, but it didn't come out of the buys. And I'm not trying to sound like a douchebag. It just didn't.
No, I got.
He's like, I would be woke, but it's just these damn
you
arms
ever
are too
box?
big.
What?
You ever box?
No, but
Here's why I bring it up, because my arms used to be like fat. Like from the side, it'd look like a fat kid, because that's what Jake would say. Because I was always working out and doing bicep curls and whatnot. Then I started boxing and my arms slimmed up real quick.
yeah,
real
Get
quick.
cut?
Yeah. Like if you, I'm serious. If you're
It's
stuck,
like cardio
I mean,
for
I'm
the
like-
arms.
start throwing punches.
yeah.
'Cause
I boxed for a short period of time. We're redoing our house right now, and we are like, we have this one room, we didn't know what the fuck to do with it, and we're gonna make like a cardio room. So we're like, should we get some bikes in there? But then I just feel like I'm just like doing that just so I could eat more shit, which is just like it's a bad technique to dieting for me at least.
Yeah.
Or just a lifestyle, yeah.
Yeah, but then we started talking about like work, dude, like, and we're getting back into the dude shit, and I was like, dude, what can we make it that's like true to who we are? And we thought of making it like a wrestling room, because we grew up wrestling,
nice.
for a long time. And I saw that you,
Oh whoa!
Oh shit.
Why don't y'all take me up on the challenge?
I saw that you tweeted that, and I will take you up in the challenge.
Oh,
Really?
yeah.
Oh,
Here it is.
oh. Wait, but 2 versus 1?
No, just
Oh, 1-on-1?
I think we're closer in weight. How much you weigh?
I'm about 190.
Cool.
Oh, okay.
You?
Same.
Okay, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Yeah,
I'm 170.
I feel like it'll
watch.
be an
You
exciting
watch.
match. Like what you with like Bradley Martin, like that shit would be funny as fuck. But it's like,
It looks like a joke.
yeah, it looks to the outside view like a joke. You can't really.
Me versus Bradley Martin. Who do you think's gonna take it?
You.
Well, did he ever
But
wrestle?
okay,
Well,
okay.
then, yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, you. I just you have to.
Bradley, you hear that?
Look, okay,
Oh, he's gonna be mad.
No, but you have to have wrestled like in order to
Wrestle.
To wrestle. And I have 11 years.
Of wrestling?
Yeah.
You have more than me, bro. I have like 4.
Yeah.
Oh, please don't set him up for another L or fucking or a tie even.
I don't
like,
think.
come on, guys.
I don't think there's a world that Logan beats Grayson if Grayson.
Oh, fucking A.
Really?
Not again.
You're that good?
I mean, like I'm out of practice, but like
Well, I mean, me too. For 10 years.
Let's
What- what's your-
let's
what are your
train.
credentials?
No. I'm not training.
You took-
Every single person I'm wrestling, I'm walking in the room day of. Absolutely no training.
I saw that it's
I'm
for
gonna beat them.
I saw this is for $10,000. You're gonna need to train to hang with Gray, but I saw this is for like $10,000.
Hold on a second. What are your credentials? Like, surely.
I mean, I don't have a high school wrestling career. Like, I stripped of me when I moved here. And,
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. That's my advantage.
but
like
you
you did
do.
it for 11 years, but I wrestled in high school.
No, but does that
No,
truly
not really,
matter?
I
because
think so. I think so.
I mean, I didn't. I wrestled like pre-puberty. You know what I mean? So
Bro,
like,
that ain't.
Nah,
Things change when you get muscles,
all right,
dog.
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
How recently? But how recently were
about
you
muscles.
wrestling? How recently were you wrestling?
I haven't wrestled since I moved here 6 years ago.
Oh shit! So you both are
Yeah.
fucking out of
Yeah.
the game.
It's even, and I think that I was doing something. I was like, "There's no other influencer that could like put on an exciting match with Logan."
Sure.
but I think this can be better, like a bigger thing than just $10,000. You guys both don't need $10,000.
We,
Charity.
So when I tweeted that, the tweet went fucking brazy. The
Yeah,
wrestling
I
community
saw that.
snapped.
The wrestling community is big. That's a big demographic.
Massive.
You know?
Any niche community
Yeah.
with a lot of support, like very pinpointed into a corner, tends to have a loud voice.
I think this will be funny because he didn't even get a like high school wrestling career that he wanted, and you
Sure.
took 5th in state.
This
So
is gonna be
I think-
this is gonna be great.
I think, and you guys can potentially be a part of the most viewed wrestling match ever.
We've
That's-
been doing
that's what-
ourselves a disservice if we didn't make it like a big thing.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
should.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I'm talking to a lot of like honestly like pretty big partners that want to put some serious money behind it. Like imagine we
Let's
raise like $1
fucking
million for charity.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's fucking go.
right,
We have a
fire.
charity too that I would like to like.
That'd be cool. That'd be way cool.
What's your charity?
What is it? Yeah. What is
Love
it?
from Sean. It's for my father.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's-
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that. What is the basis?
So there's like 5 different charity. My dad basically when he was here, I'll run it from the top. My dad when he was here, like he started as a teacher, like in his later life. He was a wrestling coach.
Oh, nice.
Started a lot of wrestling programs in high schools. Then he became a principal of schools, and then superintendent is when he was forced into retirement from his illness. But he just always loved giving back and helping.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like it wasn't just like he was the principal. It was like I knew my principal and I was like, fuck this guy. But like when I would like go for what was it called? Take your kid to work day. I would go to my dad's school. So I'd leave school to go to school. But I'd be walking around the hallway and the kids would be like, Mr. Dolan, give him high fives.
Oh, so he was a cool superintendent.
Yeah, I was like, shit, like my dad's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like, everyone hates my principal. He hates all the kids. Like my dad literally loved everyone. He knew, and when we went around for the documentary, we went and interviewed people from his past jobs and like when he coached and everything like that. And they all said the same shit. Like at 4 different schools that we went to, they were like, your dad knew every student here and he knew their parents by name too.
Damn, he cared.
And my dad, like he would wake up at 6, like drive my sister to school, then drive to school, then drive back home, pick us up as soon as we got home to school, drive us to wrestling practice, coach wrestling practice, come home, help me with
The more
homework.
you talk about this guy, the
Like,
sadder I'm getting.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mean to be like that. It's just
No,
like, I mean, to me,
I
it's
got you.
inspirational, so I like to keep it in conversation.
Just
But-
an outstanding gentleman.
He just always wanted to help.
Sure.
yeah. So and then he would like finish the day by like handwriting report cards, like 250 of them, and like
Damn.
that was like who he was, and like his cancer, like took that away. He wasn't able to keep helping the world when he was like, you know,
Sure.
Sick.
Give me
And,
some-
yeah, and now,
so that's what love from Sean is. It's to continue his helpfulness and his love that he had for the world. So we're donating to organizations that I know that he would feel like personally really connected to.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Drop a link in the description on this video for that.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah,
And if we do this thing, I mean,
If we do it,
it'd be awesome.
yeah.
he was our wrestling coach. That'd be really cool.
We can make something fucking awesome of this.
Yeah.
Like I honestly, like, I only miss one sport and it's wrestling. I play football, lacrosse, and like those are fun and shit. Like,
And I just want to say now, I know you guys are both competitive and shit, but like we're gonna like remain cool because
yeah.
Bro, it's wrestling. It's not boxing.
Yeah, it's not boxing.
It's still very much a sport.
yeah, but it is.
There's got to be some trash talk,
Dude,
man.
I don't know. Like once we shake hands, it's just like it's not gonna be friendly. You know what I mean?
Oh, duh.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
Bro,
I'm
wrestling.
so happy this happened.
Damn, here we go. Grayson just made it so
Great.
serious.
Yo, he is laser focused. Like at 93% of the way through this episode, you went from like a colleague and a friend to him to his mortal enemy. Like I'm looking in his eyes right now, and he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna pin the fuck out of you, bro."
I don't know. I'm not trying to like. I feel like
It'll be a good match.
It's gonna be a good match.
Something
It's
you
gonna be-
got to tune in to
There
watch.
goes
You
Steve.
got to tune in to watch.
This
it,
is gonna be
everyone. It's gonna
awesome.
be great.
But like it's like
shit.
it's some shit that no one would ever like. The internet would never expect me.
Because
to do this
wrestling's
shit.
not mainstream at all. Like
Yeah,
yo,
but
like,
look
are
at
we
the-
wearing singlets and
Yes,
headgear?
100%.
No, you got-
Bro, we're gonna look fucking dope, bro. Let's pick a weight
I
that
know.
we're gonna look sick
I
at.
know, bro.
Dude,
Let's-
fucking singlets are
Singlets,
sick.
I'll get-
fuck anybody who
Singlets
says
are
they're
dope.
not.
Hold on,
Customize-
wait. You guys aren't talking about WWE wrestling?
That's through tables and shit.
You guys could have done that in like 2016.
Yeah.
That's where we're both at.
This is exciting. This is exciting, dude. I'm pumped for this. Man.
And this is like, yeah, I think also like with the demographic that we have, we talked about it. Like they would never expect me to do this, and like we have different like not opposing demographics, but like
Yeah,
the
they're different
opposite.
demos.
Yeah, like whereas like you and KSI had like similar ones, just
Sure.
like different countries.
Sure.
That's where the split was. For like we have like all the females, you have all the men. Like the fucking viewers.
I feel like there's like low key jabs.
It's not a jab at all.
He's like, yo, you got a bunch of fucking dudes that watch it. We got all the girls over on our side.
Listen, I literally,
and they'd
like-
love to watch me pound the living shit out
not
of you, man. So when we doing this?
I mean, I'm not.
This is gonna be great. I can't wait to just pick some ankles, dude.
Oh,
Watch out.
You shouldn't tell
What's are we gonna wrestle like collegiate or like?
I think folk
Folk
style.
style. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
the fuck? Does that mean?
Sumo.
I mean, freestyle would appeal to like a larger demographic.
He's a freestyle state champ.
Freestyle, you talking about no leg takedowns?
No, that's Greco.
Okay, so
Jesus,
what's
yeah.
freestyle? What's the difference between
Dude, you
freestyle?
challenge any influencer to $10,000. You don't even
Oh no.
You know, I'm gonna be honest, bro. No one's gonna fucking win. Like I'm just gonna say this. No one's gonna win. I'm sure you're great.
but I'm not gonna win. That's what you're saying?
No chance. Not even a fucking
That's fucking-
ounce of a chance.
It's hilarious.
Okay. I love this. I love this is on record now.
So good.
What are the terms of the match?
This is gonna be a Curb Your meme.
Oh yeah.
No, because I wait. But what's the difference between folk style and freestyle?
Freestyle is just a different point system. It's like what the world wrestles.
That's what they do in the
It's
Olympics.
Yeah. There's no top and bottom. There's a turning systems.
Listen,
different.
he knows all this stuff. He
I
just
don't.
he didn't sleep well last night. All right.
I don't, because I wrestled folk style. Even when I would look up like wrestling moves,
Like
in
the
high school,
you
I
know the
learned-
throws and shit like a slam.
That's Greco. Oh, that's freestyle
too. Freestyle's Greco, but you can attack legs.
Okay, so why? What's the difference between freestyle and folk style? Like why
There's
would
no
you?
top and bottom.
There's no top and bottom.
It's all neutral,
That's
basically.
yeah.
I mean,
Basically,
that's dope. I'm not interested in. So when you get a takedown in freestyle, what happens?
You get 15 seconds to turn them, pretty much.
And if you don't,
But
Still,
you're
you're
allowed,
back on
you're
your
allowed to
feet.
clasp, and it's like a point system if like their shoulders are exposed to the
he's
mat.
never done it. We'll just go fuck.
Just
we'll
go folk style.
Okay, all right,
Folk style's
all
more
right,
competitive,
fire.
honestly. I know,
But there are throws in freestyle. I think that would be fun.
he wants to toss you.
There's throws in folk style. There's throws.
We can do folk style with throws.
What do you mean? There's throws in folk style.
Yeah, but like not a fucking,
I don't think he knows what wrestling.
not a
is, to be
five.
honest.
You can't like five someone on their neck in folk style. Not
Like you can't suplex the shit out of something. I mean, you can. You probably get a point
that's
deducted.
That's 5 points in freestyle though.
5
Instead of
right
negative
to the
1.
back.
Yeah.
All right. That should be interesting, boys.
We'll talk about it, all right?
This is gonna be interesting.
Okay. I'm so happy.
Line
This
them up,
has been
bro.
a
Line them
great
up.
show. This
Line
has
them
been
up.
a great show. We needed a good show. This is a good show.
Actually, it's gonna be funny. Like, I might take it back. I feel like Bradley might beat you.
Uh-oh.
They're hating up.
No.
You should have a warm up match with Bradley. I will say though, when you wrestle someone who's never wrestled before,
It's harder.
So fucking.
Why is it
awkward.
hard? Because it's not hard. It's just so awkward.
Sort of. It depends how you wrestle. It's hard because most people, I'm assuming if you've wrestled someone who's never wrestled before, they're probably a dude who's probably fairly strong. Otherwise, why would you be wrestling?
Yeah, right.
Strong dudes tense up.
Yeah.
And they're very hard to maneuver. That's all wrestling is. It's just maneuvering and manipulating your opponent's body, someone's body. So when Bradley Martin turns into a solid fucking concrete man, yeah, he's gonna be slightly hard to maneuver.
Move him around, yeah.
But I got some tricks up my sleeve.
Is it the
You said your wrist is broken right now, though, right?
It's I got a slew of problems that I'm working on.
Grayson
so
has a broken toe.
I do as well.
I'm gonna be honest, this isn't happening anytime soon.
No, it doesn't need to.
Okay, yeah, just like
It gives you
just-
more time to train.
We'll put it in the book. Again, I'm not training, dude. I'm walking in, day of, singlet, might have a fucking beer
That's
belly.
his excuse for
That's
his
gonna be your
loss.
first
No
problem.
excuse.
He's gonna go train for the next 6
excuse.
months.
I don't get, bro.
Logan's gonna be. I
gonna
sneezed
get
twice and I didn't train.
Dog, I know there are people training right now. Bradley's probably in the no, not Bradley. There's this French dude. I guarantee he's like lifting weights. He's training and stuff. Like, yo, train all you want.
Yo, he could roll. Don't get me, dude.
Train
Like,
all you want.
Have you seen videos?
no,
This
no,
dude can fucking.
They're nasty, bro.
He ain't
Don't-
messing
don't-
around.
wait,
Unless you're Dominic fucking Albernator.
I'm bringing him in.
wouldn't-
I'm
don't
flying
wrestle
him out.
anyone- I wouldn't wrestle anyone before Grayson. If you're just gonna kill your confidence, if you're gonna lose to someone
This
else.
is a great hype man
I'm not as
situation.
good as him. I'm not as good as him.
Yeah.
I'm just not.
All right, listen, guys. Is that it? Is that all we got?
Yeah, I think so. Well, unless y'all got it. You got anything else you want to talk about?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, we're
Where
good.
can they find you guys on the internet?
Dolan Twins on YouTube and
And then my Instagram is just my name and same with him.
That makes sense. Grayson
Yeah.
Dolan, Ethan Dolan.
Yeah.
All right.
Twitter's
Fun
Twitter's
podcast.
the same thing.
Thanks for coming on,
This
guys.
was fun. Yeah,
This
Thanks
was a
for
good
guys.
show.
No, yeah,
This
it's-
was
It was cool to be friends and then have Twitter beef and now be friends again, and then we're gonna have wrestling beef and not be friends again, and then be friends
It was all so good.
for sure. All right, hit that subscribe button. We love you guys. Thank you for listening to Impaulsive, the #1 podcast in the world. Peace.